Some people got away all right. Well, they have busted through, clear down the Plaquemine. 6 feet of water in the streets of Evangeline, Louisiana, Louisiana. They're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. Louisiana, Louisiana. They're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away.
Welcome, everybody. It's show 3 of Good Rockin' Tonight.
Yes.
Our special guest to open the show tonight, Miss Debbie Traylor.
Debbie Traylor, and I always say Gotro because I'm a Kunas from
This
Louisiana.
is right underneath me.
Right.
This is Debbie's latest album,
Right.
and it's doing good, right?
It's doing great. It's all over the world. I mean, I was surprised to see that they're selling them in Africa and places like that. I mean, you know, a little Cajun girl having her songs played all over the world is just amazing for me.
And a little later, we're going to be doing a song.
Right. And later you have another guest on that did the whole album for me.
Yeah, the producer of this,
Yes.
Mr. Steve Blaze.
Steve Blaze.
No, we have to call him Stevie or Steve?
I call him Stevie, but I think
usually
he
do
likes
too.
Steve, okay?
I'll go with Steve.
And then Mo did the sound on there, and he's the one that does for Heart and Journey, and
Yeah, Mo's-
you just inducted him.
Yeah, Mo's in
I
the Hall of
love
Fame.
it. I know.
Yes, it's Stevie and you.
Yeah, I watched
And-
it. It was awesome.
This is
Stevie's.
Lillian's newest CD.
Right. Lots of surprises in that one.
And then we have the Hall of Fame Christmas double CD
Right. We need
That-
people to buy that, that's for sure.
that you and Stevie are both on,
Absolutely.
doing an old Brenda Lee song.
Oh, yeah.
Brenda couldn't stand it.
After I had my back surgery, I went in and sang it, so I was excited.
And the guitar ride on it has got gears that Brenda Lee's guy
Wow.
never thought of.
Well, he's the guitar guy, but he's just amazing. So we'll talk enough about him later. He's this album, Mike, is my favorite, and I've been recording since I was 12 years old. This is my favorite album.
Yeah, I know somebody who did the cover and stuff.
Uh-huh, that was you.
Oh, yeah.
But it's my favorite album. You know how singers are kind of anxious when they go in the studio and you never think you do good enough. I think Stevie brought out the best in me because we've been friends for over 30 years. Alan managed them, you know, when they first came out. And we took a whole week and he just sat back in his chair and played the songs and brought the best out in me. And for once I could say that I look back on the recording, and I've done a lot of recording, I'm most pleased with this album than I am any other
Oh,
album.
it's great.
Thank you.
I love this.
Thank you.
And I was going to say, I know what you're talking about because my lady that I kept singing right when the guys in Memphis and the guys in Tyler would say, no, Linda, sing it like this, Linda Lawley.
You know what I was just thinking about is the first time that we started Louisiana Music Hall of Fame back in the day, and you and I have known each other for a long time, and we're pumping this. I'm trying to get that building for that museum, and I'm gonna do it. You know me, I'm a stickler.
I am all for you.
But I remember Dale Moon doing an interview with me, and everything was natural, and then I looked at the camera at the end, and he goes, don't look at the camera. But it's just good old days that I remember from way back when with him and John Fred, and we did that kind of We Are the World thing. Do you remember that?
Where is it?
I don't know.
I don't know where it went.
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to find out. Definitely have to find out.
Let me ask you the intro to the thing. I knew you from Baker, from North Baton Rouge.
Well, I was from a lot of places. Mom moved a
but
lot.
You started in New Orleans originally.
I was born and raised in New Orleans at the old Hotel Dieu, and we didn't move here until I was like I would say 10 years old. And at 12, I got a record deal with my favorite of all time, John Fred Gurrier. He was my mentor of Judy in Disguise. If y'all don't remember that, he had the #1 hit out of anybody in the world, including the Beatles. And that was...
Bumped him off, yeah.
That was an honor when he did the Johnny Carson's show. But back in that time, they had, Tanya Tucker was the only young artist, and he really believed in me. And so, you know, they said, well, we have one young artist, we don't want to do this, and he's like, I don't care, Debbie, we're gonna go on. And I remember the days in the studio, and it was called, my brain went kind of like that. But Lynn Urso was there, and Randy Jackson of American Idol, and LaRue, Irma Thomas. They all played on my music, and we'd go every night. And this is who I was running around with at the time. Hog.
That was like the days in New Orleans when everybody walked into Kaza's studio and played.
Exactly, exactly. And I didn't know then. I mean, I looked up to them then, you know, because they were icons then. And I appreciate what you're doing, because the people in Louisiana, and as I go around talking about it, it's amazing to me that the great talent that starts from Louisiana, it's not just jazz, it's not rock, it's not just country, it's rap, it's everything that we have here, and nobody is going to give us money to do a museum.
Nope.
And I am willing to bet that by this year, I'm going to raise enough money to do that.
Somebody told me a week ago, they said, what is this number I heard from Billy Nungesser? I said, what number? He said, the number of musicians in Louisiana, it's like 3,800. I said, that's old.
Well, if we go back to all the musicians that are from here, and a lot of them are dying off, and that's a shame that we didn't get to do this show or have the museum before. Now, you did something at the airport, which is good, but, and we've got something here at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard, which
right
my hubby owns, so it's a male thing. But we've got some Music Hall of Fame pictures and plaques and things up here that we're going to expand. And I have been talking to the mayor of Gonzales. Don't know if it's going to happen, but he's given me hope that we'll get a building there and maybe have it there. But I'm telling you, people are missing out. If we don't get the building, I'll have to buy one.
Well, the best thing that happened was when Kip said, I want to help. Let me do something to the airport.
We don't want to say names because I could go there.
But he did do it at the airport and did fund it.
Right.
And that works.
Well, the government
Thank
didn't
you
fund
forever.
it, and we went to the mayor's office and to a lot of higher-ups that didn't fund it, and for other reasons, they didn't feel it necessary, but we know it's necessary. We are the future, and our music is what makes people happy.
As you recall, in the very beginning, when Dell and I were first working together,
Right?
Dell took the pitch line that we have to induct these people now because ours are older
And here we are,
than any other
30
place,
years later.
and they're dying. Do you know how old Dave Bartholomew will be?
No.
99.
I hate
Christmas.
to say I don't know who that is. You got to sing a song or tell me.
Dave?
Yeah.
My Ding-a-Ling.
Oh, my ding-a-ling. Okay.
Walking to New Orleans.
One of the greatest songs.
He wrote all the fancy songs.
Well, and like John Fred and Judy in Disguise, you know, I mean, he played around here, and he was an icon, and Hog, Harold Cowart, that played with the Beatles and everything. That's what I grew up with, from 12 to 16.
And Hog is in for the Playboy Band.
Right.
And for the Dots.
Well, he's done a lot in his life, and just like Stevie, who you're having come up here, has done a lot in his life, and I truly admire him because the music business is rough, and especially for a woman. I could tell you a long story, so we'd have to do about 10 shows, guys. But
we can do that.
he is still so motivated and talented, and there's still guys out there that we know from way back when. I mean, I remember you and Alan booking bands like Ozzy and Uriah Heep and Blue Oyster Cult and Bob Hope and Kiss and some of the country acts, and we were around then trying to push the music thing. And when you reach out and do something like you do, and Alan and Stevie, we try to include the fact that music is a universal thing all over the world. And I learned that when they put my CD out with Steve Blaze and Mo, that countries were playing it. I had people texting me and emailing me from Paris and Africa and Japan, and they're loving it. So we've got to get more of our Louisiana music. People appreciate it, and people in Louisiana are loving people.
Out of the people you've mentioned so far, the only one
Let me mention a bunch.
that's not in the Hall of Fame, because he never would respond to me,
Who's that?
Randy.
Randy Jackson?
Yeah.
Well, I know. I talk to him every day on Facebook, and I'm sure he has somebody doing it. And it's really a shame because Randy was a wonderful person. He played on all my stuff. I take pride in doing business and singing with people that have true hearts and everything. And I'm not going to say he doesn't have a true heart, but he's forgot where he's from. This is Louisiana. We don't forget.
And I want people to know it's not that I've forgotten Randy Jackson.
No.
Randy, through his woman manager, whatever she is,
Well-
has just not responded.
Well, what happens sometimes, Mike and I noticed that through my whole life of doing record deals, and me and Shania were getting a record deal at the same time, and they said, we don't know what to do with y'all. And of course, Mutt Lang, who has tons of money, said, I'll show you what to do with her. Well, unfortunately, my husband didn't have that type of money and that connection. So he took Shania. She didn't play for a whole year. What a beautiful woman, a beautiful story, a beautiful singer. And he put his money behind it, bought the first million records because he knows the game. It's not a game for us musicians. Mm-hmm. We put our heart and soul in everything we do. If there is one customer in the club at night, you know I sang 4 hours for that one customer and didn't go, oh my God, I gotta sing one. No, and that's what musicians do here. They love it, they eat it. I mean, it's like jambalaya, gumbo. We're a gumbo mix of musicians that are still at heart and will get behind each other. And that's what I'm hoping this show does. I would like to challenge and get all of the musicians in Louisiana to back us. Let's get this museum. Come out on Tuesday nights. You're going to have great people on the show. And we're going to have that museum, and we're going to do it because they're missing out.
Okay. And we're showing a little bit more of what the museum would have right out here in the 3x3
Right?
of Good Rockin' Tonight,
Right?
which is the true story, History.
Right. Well, I'm kind of
rock
disappointed.
And roll,
Right.
Louisiana.
Right. Well, I'm kind of disappointed. You've inducted Tim McGraw and Trace Atkins and a bunch of people like that, and I want to reach out to them because I don't think they see it. But once we are passionate about it and we do this day after day after day and push it in, then those guys need to get behind us with their money from Louisiana because they have the hearts that we do.
And you mentioned two that could, are capable of.
Well, we just got to scream it out, I mean, that's my whole life. I've been singing since I was 12. I've had to do it. I was professional at that point in time. I ran on to C Saint. John Fred bought me there, and he said, look, if I can't do anything, Alan Toussaint, Santana was there, and I can go on down the list of many. We'll have to have a longer show. But, people get behind people that are real, true artists. Whether you're the greatest guitar player, which Stevie is one of the best 8 in the world, hello, so you gotta hear my album. But, and I did record my country song at one of the best 8 studios. And I had Garth Brooks players play on that album, which is Nobody Cheated.
And they're great.
Yes, they're great. They were professional. I love doing it there. But they had that click thing, and we all know about that. So, but...
I was watching his Notre Dame show the other day when he introduced the band, the Young'uns.
I like to call myself a female Garth Brooks. I hope that's not offensive to anybody, but he's got heart and soul. I think he does a little bit of acting, but But he's got heart and soul, he's loud, and he's connecting with his audience, and that's, man, the best feeling, right, Steve? I'm looking at him right now in here, but the best feeling in the world is getting up and singing to people that actually appreciate you and looking in their eyes and knowing, I'm singing to you. Even if there's 1,000 people in the house.
And there's people like Al right there.
Right, and we've got
Al in
bands.
his house has his own little Hall of Fame outside, right?
Right, and Mo,
Mo,
has done a lot, and he started out with Stevie and them, and he went on to do a whole bunch of things. He's big time now, but you know what? He's still down to earth. He's still a Cajun that cooks his cauliflower and his broccoli, and he doesn't forget his friends.
And
we don't forget our
Mo
friends.
was there, what, in 81, Steve?
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
He was from the beginning. So he's gone and done a wonderful thing, and you gave him his Hall of Fame after his house burned down. And I had the horrible time of my house burning down, so I knew what he felt at that point, and all his memorabilia from all of these artists, Kiss, and Michael Jackson.
Pride.
Oh my God, it just all burned up, and my heart went out to him, because when you lose something, that's something. But when you work as hard as Mo and Stevie and me and other musicians, and that's why I'm in the Hall of Fame, okay? I didn't have a number one because Mindy stole my song. That's another show, okay? But I'm still here, okay?
But you don't have to have a number one.
No.
Deacon John asked me one day, he says, brother, why?
Well, I did have a number one. It was Guys Do It, but she stole it.
He says,
hello.
Why am I in this Hall of Fame? I said, Deke, look at it this way. Consider it a lifetime achievement award.
Oh my gosh.
You don't have to have a gold record.
Well, you've got the Sports Hall of Fame here. We've got basketball, we've got football. We're going to have Baton Rouge Hall of Fame members coming here. And you know what? They don't mind doing it for a local place that has the heart that we have and the passion that we have. And I want to invite all of our friends out from way back. Flight, when I was in the band Flight, it was like Michael was on Facebook the other day, and he played in Alan's band, Blue Wing, which my husband played in the band. He's damn good. And you and him started off booking and doing all the big shows here. And he said, yeah, I left Blue Wing for a higher power, and they hired Debbie Gotro Trailer, and they went to Hawaii. I was like, yes, Mike, you missed out. But, those are just fun times and fun things, and I'd like for all the old musicians to come in here.
What you're saying, Debbie, it's dues.
It's dues.
We've all paid them.
We paid them.
Everybody
Oh, my
here
gosh.
has paid them.
And being a woman in the music business, I wasn't about to give up my dignity, my pride, my innocence to any of this music industry stuff, which everybody knows what I'm talking about, everybody. And you have to go through it. But it's time for us to stand up and make a difference and say what's right. And this is right.
I'm enjoying it.
Me too.
I tried to explain to Alan, although I said an hour, yeah, we can do an hour.
Right. Not with me, huh?
Well said.
And Stevie, he's got many stories. Oh my gosh. But he's on Facebook all the time, so you can see him.
Ask Clarence Buggs one day how hard it is to actually talk for 1 hour.
Right.
It's impossible.
We go from Buckskin Bill, Lawrence Welk, to Toby Keith, to Hart, Kansas, and Pat Benatar, and that's where I seen Mo doing the sound for them. To open up bands for like that. Head East, one of our friends, Alan managed them also. Never been any reason. I go and do shows with them, and I'm just, oh my gosh. And we're gonna get them here. We've got a big surprise coming. We're gonna have an outdoor concert, Stevie's included, and me too. But we're going to have an outdoor concert to beat all the others. And I'm going to tell you what, because we are passionate about music. And we need to do something to keep the music industry going. And this is what you've been working for all your life, too. And
Debbie,
your own story, Mike, would take 10 shows.
I'm trying to give back what I love.
And
where
it's
it came
awesome.
from.
It's awesome, and so am I. I've got
I
tapes of
noticed
John
yesterday-
Fred.
I noticed yesterday Joe Osborne passed away. Joe Osborne was a giant.
Well, John Fred passed away too, and he was such a humble man, and coached football, and
He was my roommate for years.
I had the biggest crush on him, Alan. Sorry, but he was just an icon, but such a down-to-earth person that really took somebody that he saw talent in and a sweetness and a soul that he had and said, you know, I'm going to push her as far as that I can push her. And he protected me from all the horrible things that happen to 12-year-olds in the beginning. So, you know, I mean, we'd be in the studio and he'd say, go flush the toilet, Debbie, and see if you can get a good sound from the toilet flushing. I mean, that's how we did it back then, you know? It's like, let's try this out and see if the sound works. Irma singing in there.
I watched Cos do the same things.
Oh my God, it was so much fun, and it's all live. We have it all live on
Cosmo
tape.
used to say,
that's for the museum.
it's not about turning the knobs, it's about placing the microphones to where you don't have to turn the knobs.
Exactly.
And he figured out where to do it.
Well, and that was the hard
kept
times,
doing
Mike.
it.
Anybody can get on their computer or phone today and be an artist, but unless you get out there and you've been on the road and you've paid your dues, and we have, and you all know who I'm talking about, and that's people around here in Louisiana, they deserve the credit, you know?
What I said at Cos's wake, his funeral, is Cosmo invented how to place the mics and where to mic things.
Well, look,
to
it
get
takes
the
a whole
sound.
team. Now, let me stop with you saying that.
He was the first one
Let
who
me
did.
stop with you saying that. It's not just about the artist. It's not just about Stevie. It's about the guys that play with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the guy that's doing the sound.
Oh.
So it's a group of people coming together. It's so hard for people to work together these days. Like the government, we won't go there. But golly, I mean, it's plain and freaking simple. You know, work together, love each other, take care of each other, and that's what we do as bands. I remember riding in the back of the truck. Alan always made sure I got a big truck, and I had a guy, you know, the bodyguard, Ricky Jackson. You know, I felt special. I was playing at Mother Earth, and they did an article and said, what a great singer, da-da-da-da-da. What's a girl like her doing in a place like this? Well, I am singing for my hometown and doing what I love. What's a girl like her doing in a place like this?
Was that a Dill Moonline? Sounds like it.
No, I don't know who wrote the article, but it was like, I don't know, but
Sounds like something Dill would pull.
maybe so, you know. But I mean, just Bill Guest, some of the guys that died. Bill Guest was magical. He played with
At
me for a
times.
long, long time, did my showcases in Nashville. Now, you talk about a talented, goofy, fun person. He rode with me to the gigs. He made me happy. And the Flying V and everything that he did, it was just these minds of these musicians and our songs and our writing and getting together. Ron Millette, Lou Millette's son,
Yep.
played guitar for me, died. And God, we sit in the living room and just write songs all night long. I've got a library full of them, Stevie. We have to record them.
Bill was so crazy. One night at the Carousel,
Bill.
he went out there and said, y'all want to hear a little country music?
Well, I was playing with him that night, so.
And he's turning the Les Paul up like this.
Uh-huh.
And the country's England, ba-da-da-da-da-da, locomotive breath, double time.
He,
And the people at the Carousel were going, what?
but that's what we do as artists. We'll sneak some stuff in there, and like I say, people go, well, why don't you do a gospel album? Okay, well, I do one every single day and every time I sing. It's all about positive thinking, subliminal. Think about that.
Morning. When are you coming to a break? No, I'm
Is this a break?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Okay. I
Oh,
want, I
gosh.
want the truck to know when we come out of the break to put on Nobody Cheated, Nobody Lied video. Okay?
This was a local song that was written by me and Mr. Jim Bohall, and he presented this song to me a long, long time ago. And I sang it and did a video of it, and my father is in the video. I do Hello Dad, It's Me, and just recently he passed away. And I just love having that memory of him. And you know what it took, Mike? Mike Campbell, you're gonna have him in here. He does a lot of videos, and you know, he grew up in Baton Rouge and worked his way to the top. He did my video, and it was amazing. It was amazing what he took, and he didn't charge me a whole lot of money. That's what we do. We help each other.
What year was that, Deb?
What do I resent?
No, what year was that?
What year was that? Oh God, I don't know. You're asking me about years? I can't remember yesterday.
I don't either. It was somewhere in the 80s, though.
It was in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
I did the
They all blur.
Livingston Parish Fairgrounds
Yeah.
for, I opened up for Kenny Chesney, and we don't want to talk about those. I know that everybody's going to be interested in hearing some of those stories, but not right now. But we opened up for Kenny Chesney and Joe Diffie and quite a few others there. And you know, I mean, we stayed all day, and I'm trying to think of her name. She did Nobody Cheated on her album, and she got killed. Amy Como.
Oh.
She played a show with us right before she got killed, and she was doing a Christmas thing for wonderful people. And on her way home from New Orleans, she got in a wreck and died, but she did Nobody Cheated also. So I said, go for it, girl, do it. But she's gone now and in heaven. Our angel's watching over us.
But you're here.
Like Dad. Yeah, I'm here. Always.
Well, Debbie, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We're going to take a break, Marty?
Yep,
take a
it's
break.
break time. We'll see you in a minute.
Your dad gave me his baby to go pick up your brother from the airport.
Oh, honey, just take Mom's car. She just had navigation installed.
I totally got this. We were just there.
Hey, isn't that...
Yep. I'll program the airport in, just in case.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Frosty the Snowman. This is my Christmas wish for you. The precious blessing of each other. May every man be your brother. This is my Christmas wish for you.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at Scoreboards, Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Okay, we're back from that little interlude from Lily and Axe.
Yes.
And Steve Lays is going to be up in just a few minutes. to
He's
talk
coming
to us.
up. I'm excited. I wish people would come out. We're live right now. Come on out to Scoreboards and check it out.
But I think
All
right
right,
now
we're-
we have a piece of video with
Yes.
Debbie on it.
Nobody cheated.
We've got that one ready?
Some people got away all right.
All right, Michael.
Well, they have busted through, clear down the plaque.
corner, Joe's still asleep in L.A. Soon he'll find my note, the goodbye I wrote, things I couldn't say. I packed Mama's dishes in black iron skillet, Grandma's lace tablecloth. I'm headed home with all my possessions in the back of a one-way U-Haul. Nobody cheated, nobody lied. Nobody can say we didn't give love a try. After taxing my brain, nearly going insane, just couldn't find a reason to stay. So last night I called it a day. I pictured a rose-covered cottage, kids, and the whole 9 yards. PTA meetings and Little League games. I'm just a country girl at heart. Impossible dreaming and fast lane living kept on getting me down. So I'm driving through these wide open spaces to the streets of my hometown. Nobody cheated, nobody lied. Nobody can say we didn't give love a try. After taxing my brain, nearly going insane, just couldn't find a reason to stay. So last night, all right, I called it a day, Mike. I called it a day. Listen, that is on YouTube
Yeah, it is.
and Reverb Nation. You can go there, and you can also buy that CD. I tried to find it one time, and somebody in London said, "Isn't that neat? We still have your CD." And I was like, "Great, great." But on YouTube, you can find that, and then, of course, this one's out, and the Christmas album. Every bit of money that
And
we
it's
sell
for
for
sale
this.
over there behind the
It's
bar.
for sale here. Every bit of money we sell from this goes to the Louisiana Hall of Fame Museum. I think that's it.
And we need to sell more.
We need to sell more.
We're going to go to a break, and we're going to have Steve Blaze up here joining us.
Oh my gosh, my boyfriend.
You can't ride upon the wings of all your broken dreams. Someday you've got to give it up. In between the lines, you see I'm giving you a sign. Your attitude is just too tough. No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hi folks, Clarence Buggs here. Coach Roger Cador would take the time to tell you how to catch our brand new show, The Roger Cador Show, but as you can see, he's kind of busy right now out at scoreboards. Baton Rouge's newest sports grill with food that is absolutely amazing. Catch the show 8 o'clock Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Pelican Television's YouTube channel as well. You want to come out and have a great time. It's awesome, isn't it, Coach? Mm-hmm. Told you.
each other. May every man be your brother. This is my Christmas wish for you.
Look, your dad gave me his baby to go pick up your brother from the airport.
Oh, honey, just take Mom's car. She just had navigation installed.
I totally got this. We were just there.
Hey, isn't that...
Yep. I programmed the airport in, just in case.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
You don't know what I want all night. Why don't you make your dreams come true? I'll show you how. Here's what to do.
There was a little Lillian axe for you. Here is their latest, correct?
Yeah, that is the most. Yeah,
New
most
one's not
recent.
out yet, yeah.
It's been a few years, about
Yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
It's great. This thing was cut live over in Covington.
Yeah. What happened is, I always wanted. It started off. This whole thing was about a year process. It started off as an idea where I said, why don't we just, me and Brian and maybe Sam, will sit around a campfire with a couple of acoustic guitars and have like 10 people with roasting marshmallows, and we'll just make it a real intimate thing.
Didn't quite go that
It didn't
far.
work that way. Next thing I know, we do a nationwide contest over who has the most Lillian Axe memorabilia, and we picked 60 winners to come to the studio where we recorded our prior albums and sit down with us, and instead of doing an acoustic show, it turned into a question and answer, meet and greet, catered meal, 2.5 hour live, the whole band playing, and it turned into an entire event that took probably 6
And I will
months to
say,
get it taken care of.
I've seen a few bands go semi-unplugged.
Right.
Y'all pulled it off like nobody I've ever seen.
Thank you. It was a lot of people involved. The whole Pelican crew, Alan, all the guys. I mean, we had 12 cameras, I believe, were working on this thing.
That was a bunch.
But there was, you know, all the post, the editing and the mixing of that thing, and even the band. I mean, we had to be on, right? Because in those environments like that, the slightest
What
errors
amazed
are
me
picked up.
is that your picking is always great, but unplugged, I was okay, we'll see. You know, you're actually cleaner unplugged.
Yeah, you have to be.
Than you are electric.
You really have
well,
to be.
that's where it shows how good you really are.
Well, thank you, thank you. Some of the cool parts about it, we wanted it to be an event, so we had Johnny Vines come.
Yeah.
Probably his last recorded performance
Now,
before he passed.
Did I record his first video for him? I think I did.
You might have. That was a long time ago. Yeah.
81 or so.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. 83.
And I remember
83.
it was Johnny I was animating with tape animation.
Oh, okay. That's back in 83. But he got up and did a couple of songs with us. We had a violin player on one song. I wrote a song about a little boy that passed away, and his family was there. So it was a great event. And in one song, Nobody Knows, the crowd sang the whole time. So
Anybody that likes Lillian Axe that's not aware of this, One Night in the Temple is special. It really is.
It's a
I
2
recommend it
CD
to anybody.
A 2 CD audio collection of the whole show, and then there's the documentary DVD of the not only the show itself, but a lot of interaction,
And the Blu-ray.
cuts between the songs. Yeah, and there's a Blu-ray too as well. A lot of extra bonus features and stuff like that.
It's really something to behold. It was
And the packaging came out great too.
it was great to be there live.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad you were there too. That meant a lot to us.
The setting was beautiful.
It was, you know, and
Well
you kind
lit.
of figured there, that something had to have gone wrong somewhere. I'm like, something's gonna happen here. You know, I could just feel it, but it didn't. The good Lord was watching out, and He made sure that everything was smooth with us. So, It was fun.
And where it was, you would have never guessed.
Covington, Louisiana.
But the building and all.
Yeah, it was a Masonic temple.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately, since then, the studio is moved out. I guess the Masons, whatever. Every Tuesday night they had their ceremonies going on upstairs, so you'd hear drums banging, and it's like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to ask. But
Vince Vance will get in there. You gotta watch it.
yeah, right. Is he a Mason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some whatever degree. Vince,
He's high up in the.
He's been in there for a long time. He's real proud of it. Now, somebody says Masons always go, do they know Vince Vance?
Right. He's like the black sheep. Yeah, sure. We sweep that under the rug.
Things to do. Well, you just recording another album?
Yes, we have a new record. We just started recording at Malaco Studios in Jackson. And it's called From Womb to Tomb. And we released one song called The Weeping Moon. We released it, 5 or 6 months ago. We wanted to get a feel for the
It's been
studio.
A few months, yeah.
Yeah, and so we put it out on iTunes just to let people get a taste. And it gave me the opportunity to record in Malaco and work with Kent Bruce, the engineer. He used to be on our crew years ago, but I hadn't seen him in a long time, and now he's the head engineer at Malaco. So
who was it before him? Wolf?
What's that?
Was it Wolf? Was the head engineer at Malaco for years?
I don't know. He's one of the owners. That's Randall's dad, right?
I think so.
Yeah. No, Kent Bruce is. I don't know how long Kent's been there, but he was on our crew back in the beginning, and so now I get to work with him, and he's phenomenal. So
yeah, I got into that a little bit with David Huff and little David.
Sure.
And in fact, I'm just waiting for a place to induct Keith.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because little Ricky from I Love Lucy and from Mayberry, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I've got the governor's certificate,
cool.
I've got the artwork. But Keith has turned ultra-Christian.
Okay.
And he's turned David and Claiborne and Rayburn into an ultra-Christian band. The four of them, just like the old David and the Giants.
Right.
You know how hard it is to find a place to present a true Christian band?
Well, God created everything. I guess you could put him anywhere.
Well,
it's not up to you, though. It's up to where they want to be inducted,
it's
right?
up to what their prohibition list is.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Which can get strange. But if I have to, I'm going to bring Keith and put him on stage and put a drum kit and say play.
There you go. That'll work.
Because he's that good.
Yeah. It's a great studio. I don't know. Have you been there recently?
Last time I was up there was 5 or 6 years ago. I stopped in for an afternoon.
No, it's phenomenal. Very comfortable. We recorded all over the country and other countries as well. And this place is, it just, you got as soon as you walk in, you feel like, yeah, this is going to be good. Spend a lot of time in there.
I'll tell you who came down to visit me a month ago, Charlie Ross.
Oh, really? Okay.
From Eternity's Children.
Yeah.
Charlie's from Greenville.
Okay.
And he's still a DJ in Greenville.
Oh, is he really?
And he said, did you put us in the Hall of Fame? I said, a lot of people said, don't do that, it's your band. And he said, I don't care. I said, yes, you're in. Brother, you got something for me? I said, yeah. He said, I'm going to be in Saturday. I'm going to come see you Saturday. We can get together Sunday. I'm coming. I have a friend I met from Starkville. His name's Ed Ogeron. So we're sitting in his skybox Saturday.
Nice.
My wife and our daughter and his wife. And he said, I'll come see you Saturday. We're going to get together. What is this place, the Lod Cook? Yeah. The hotel on campus.
Nice.
So Charlie hadn't changed a bit.
Good deal.
Super sweet guy, just like he always was. The children always were nicest cats in the world.
Right.
But said that. Okay, your turn.
My turn. What do you want to know about it?
Go to the video?
Let's go to the video.
Okay.
Which video?
No matter what, I think.
I don't know. There's quite a few of them out there. Let's see.
We all right. Well, they have busted through, clear down the plaque.
Here's some milk and cookies, boys. And don't you worry, I won't let anybody bother you while you're practicing.
Thanks.
See, that was a cool old video.
I have a story behind that video. Everybody likes stories, right? I have a lot of stories.
Okay.
We were playing in Pennsylvania, Atco, Pennsylvania, the night before we were supposed to shoot, and there was a blizzard. And it was like a 6-hour drive to New York from there, something like that, to get to where we were shooting, and there was a blizzard. So we had the bus and the equipment truck go through a blizzard. It took us about 12 to 14 hours after the show. Everybody's exhausted to travel all the way to do that video, and got there and shot it in like 8 straight hours. And we tried to look as fresh as possible, but it was...
Well, speaking of video, what was that show you had out of New Orleans, sort of?
Oh, I have a ghost hunting show.
That.
The team's called The Veil, and as a matter of fact, Pelican Broadcast and all these guys here filming tonight are involved in it, because the way it came about is I was asked to do a reality TV show, The Rock Musician Ghost Hunter, right? So it evolved from just doing that into, it morphed into different things. And we shot a bunch of episodes throughout Louisiana, but we decided let's go ahead and shop the idea and see if we can get a network to pick it up, and we can either use the episodes or if they want to go from scratch, but it got us in the door. So for about the last year, we've got a big production company that's been shopping it around, and right now they're in talks with Travel Channel and Fuse Channel, and we've been all the way up to Access TV. Mark Cuban actually got it on his desk, and everybody liked it at the network, but he said no paranormal shows on my network. So it's hopefully this year, I'm hoping the next few months it gets picked up. We'll all be happy. And
I got recruited for the worst named, actually sort of a hit show for a year and a half, Cajun Pawn Stars.
Pawn or porn?
Pawn.
Pawn. Okay, because I don't know which one of those.
Actually, it was filmed, Cajun show filmed in Alexandria.
Okay.
Which can work.
Yeah, sure, why not?
But
I mean, most people around the country think if you're from Louisiana, you're Cajun anyway, even
Yeah.
if you're from Monroe or something.
well, when your name is DeRamus, I don't. But
Hey, look, anything goes these days.
one good thing we did is Jimmy DeRamus said, "Look, what's the rarest artifact you can bring to me?" I thought about it. I said, "How about Jerry Lee Lewis' first record?" He says, well, "What is that?" I said, "You never heard it or heard of it. And there's only one acetate ever made. And it was paid $2 for."
And you have it?
I had access to it.
Really? Wow.
Jerry's wingman was a little guy about 5'4", named Cecil. And Cecil had it, and he had it in a leather briefcase, JLL written on the front, and he had it in all kinds of wrong stuff. But it was the one acetate that Cosmo made. Because he was walking by the thing and said, "Cuz, look, we can cut a record. You always wanted to cut a record. We can cut a record for $2 in here. This guy will cut us a record." Okay. And they went in, they did it. And he said, it was a Lefty Frizzell track from a year before, 1953. And Jerry finished that and he said, "What you gonna play for the other side?" "Other side?" So he just went to town on the piano. They call it the New Orleans Boogie. And the only thing he says in the whole record is, "Boogie down now."
That's it. And so there's only one copy of it, and that's it. You never released it or anything?
We presented it. I got the right to photograph it, copy it, whatever I wanted. But it was the biggest hit of that show for the whole season. It was the biggest show on, what was that? One Discovery, the network.
Okay, one of those.
Yeah.
So Cajun Pawn
Stars.
Pawn. Pawn, boys and girls. Pawn. He's a clean guy over here.
Yes, yes, very, very clean. Whatever.
So that's good, man. I'm glad everything is going
So
well.
you're playing with Lillian.
Yeah, Lillian Axe still
You're also
out
playing with Sledgehammer sometimes.
Sledgehammer, yep. That's with Michael Max from Lillian and Guy Gelsman from Zebra. It's arena rock cover band. Everything from Moody Blues to Ozzy, and it's a blast.
Let you play what you want to play.
Yeah, it's cool to go back. You know, you start learning all the cover songs when I first started playing rock guitar as a teenager. Those
Now
all
you can
the
play
things
them and
I
get paid for them.
I can get, yeah, a little bit. No, it's fun though. We have a good time. But Lillian's we got a bunch of festivals coming out this year, and actually playing in New Orleans on the 26th of January. We're playing Rockin Bowl in New Orleans.
Yeah,
Lillian Axe,
and
that's kind of
then-
weird. The Lafayette one the week after. So so everybody from Baton Rouge can go to one or the other.
I just inducted Mark in Route 92,
Oh, okay, cool.
which was a fun club, actually.
Yeah. Well, you're busy.
I'm trying to get busy again.
So what do we need to do to get this building thing I'm hearing you guys talking about?
We need to get people to open their pocketbooks. Because the state of Louisiana has refused. They haven't put one penny.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, like I said, they have it on their rules that there's only 3,800 or so musicians in the whole state. You know why they do that? If they put the real number of musicians out here,
they would have to come up.
They can empower them.
Right.
And make them a voting bloc and give them power in elections.
We met 3,800 musicians probably in the last 5 years around here.
Oh, man.
Well, I know there's some extremely wealthy, financially well-off people out there that would not mind to donate. How much money we need?
I'm easy, whatever we can get.
Easy, okay. But don't be easy. We need a nice building, right?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody has a building out there that they're willing to.
The problem is, not with that, but with the museum.
Right.
I can make all kinds of artwork and music and no problem. But when you get down to wanting memorabilia from people,
right,
they don't have it. Our musicians didn't make that much money.
Right.
And the ones that did, like Alan and Fats, their kids tore it to pieces and fought over it. Like Luther Kent. I said, Luther, just give me one of your old double-breasted coats.
Right.
Man, I don't think I have one of them things left.
Well,
one of them things is sweater down, man.
Let's get the cart before the horse. Let's get the building. We'll get the memorabilia.
Well, I do have Frankie Ford's.
All right, that's a start.
Red sequined stage jacket with keyboard.
And I
built
still
in.
have a guitar sitting there waiting for you.
And I've got the guitar it goes next to, which is Greg Wright's.
All right, it's good company.
Little Japanese.
Nice. And I think I have a pair of Alan Traylor's underpants from 1986. If you'll let us put those in there, think that'll work?
I don't think Debbie will let us put those in there.
Oh, she'd probably be happy about it, actually.
She could.
Alan's in the truck right now going, I'm cutting that boy off.
She can bedazzle them.
There you go. They might already have some rhinestones on them. You know Alan is.
Al may have them. They're not, okay.
Al Moran underwear, no.
I thought they'd be in his Hall of Fame.
You know, Al has a Hall of Fame.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, you've been over too? Okay.
But, yeah.
45. All right, let's talk. Let's
45.
recap. So what do we have here tonight? We have come to scoreboards, right? We have to push the restaurant.
Oh, well.
This place is...
And the food is great.
But wait, let me talk about the food, all right? I came here for the first time. I finally got to come here and eat. And my friends and I that were here, it was so good that even though we couldn't put another thing in our mouths, we kept on shoving it down and suffered for about 24 hours. And the food is really good.
The first two shows.
It's so good.
I've had a couple things. The bread pudding is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. So, anyway, Lily and Axe album coming out this year. Come see us on tour. Support the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. We love you very much.
From the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame.
People got
Merry
away
Christmas.
all right.
Merry Christmas.
River have busted through, clear down the Plaquemine. 6 feet of water in the streets of Evangeline, Louisiana, Louisiana. They're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away. Louisiana, Louisiana. They're trying to wash us away. They're trying to wash us away.